Hi everyone, my name is Barry and this is my second vlog. If you didn't see the first one, the introductory vlog, link is below. But all I guess you kind of really need to know is 1 year ago, at age 50, I finally realized that I'm gay. So what I'm going to try to do today is begin to explain how did I go 50 years without figuring it out. How many of you remember the first time you watched porn? It's one of those things that just kind of made an impression on me. So I was 14, and word got around that two guys I went to high school with got their hands, or they knew someone who had a friend knew someone, and they got their hands on some porn. How many of you remember VHS tapes? So this porn story, this is before VHS tapes and Betamax and before video stores were popular. This was 8mm movies. So picture a bunch of teenage boys, sweaty teenage boys, all crowded around a little flickering 8mm movie projector, watching porn. And of course it was straight porn. The other boys are like oozing over the breasts and the blah, 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 blah. And all I remember is the guy was taking his clothes off really slowly, and once he got naked, all you saw was his butt. It is not fair. It's sexist. Full frontal of the girl, the guy's butt. So when I think back, that was Barry's clue number 1. I wanted to see more of the guy in the straight porn. Missed clue number 2. My favorite part of PE, of gym class, was before and after gym class when you got to watch all the boys changing in their underwear in the locker room. Far more interesting, far more fun than playing dodgeball or whatever it is we did in PE class. So with clues like this, how could I have possibly gone 50 years without putting it all together? Well, in my defense, when I grew up in an upper middle class, English-speaking, predominantly Jewish suburb of Montreal, I didn't know anyone who was gay. I didn't know of anyone who was gay. I didn't know gay even existed. I didn't know it was an option. You know, every once in a while, someone would call someone else a fag. But, you know, and technically I knew, oh, that meant homosexual, but I didn't, you know, it was like your run-of-the-mill put-down, high school put-down. It didn't mean you thought the other person was gay. It's like if someone says, oh, he's a motherfucker. It doesn't really mean we're accusing that person of having sex with his mother or with anyone else's mother, right? I just didn't know it was an option. And to make matters worse, there was also some conflicting data. I remember one time I went out with some friends to a party, and one of the friends' older brothers was driving us home, and when we got to my house and it was time to drop me off, I got out of the car, and this girl got out of the car also to say goodnight to me, and she kissed me. Like a real kiss. And I was 14 or 15-year-old Barry. I really liked that. So on one hand, Barry wanted to see more of the guy in the straight porn. On the other hand, Barry had a girlfriend through 10th and 11th grades in high school, which was quite fun. Another thing I probably will, if I remembered it till now, I'm probably not going to forget, hanging out in girlfriend's basement in high school, and it was quite fun. And sometimes there were 2 or 3 other couples. This is just one of those bizarre high school things, but there were 2 or 3 other couples also hanging out in the basement at the same time as us, doing the same thing we were doing. It was like a big, fun, hetero club. It seemed very normal. So that's how I left high school. Straight as an arrow, inside and out. Not out, out. Inside and outside. If you're gay and you had any missed clues when you were a teenager, or kind of like false negatives made you think you were straight, put them in the comments below. I'd love to read about them. Next week, we'll talk about college and the first time I was propositioned by a gay guy. Let's just give you a small preview. One of us had working gaydar, the other one of us didn't. Hey, if you like the stories, thumbs up, comment below, definitely subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks everybody, have a great week.